Shut up and sit down.
I'm producing results, okay?
Okay, I believe you. I do. I mean, I hear it. Oh my god.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bias Effect podcast. It's QJ.
It's Nikki. And today, kind of pivoting to another side of the whole realm of idols is K-dramas. Okay.
It's a natural progression.
Exactly. You might ask, well, why in the world would we go to television and television shows? Well, let me tell you, idols are all over K-dramas. There are some K-dramas that are completely just about the idol industry as well. So it is very hand in hand. And I actually don't know this to be true at all, but I can imagine a lot of idols would actually might like the acting side of it as well. Or
I mean, it does seem that way. Like, I think that it does, like, I get that vibe from some of them sometimes. But even outside of that, there's tons of idols that do, like, the OSTs for these shows also. Like, that's a whole... Like, they really just go kind of hand in hand, those two industries. At least from my perspective.
no, it's true. I think we're talking about solos coming up, but there is a lot, when you go through a lot of solo work, it's so much of it's OST work. So yeah, there's a whole, it's all combined. Basically, we just wanted to break down the K-drama universe and how, like, it is its own realm. It's its own entity, basically. You know, if you think of, like, North American shows, like, I don't know, let's say, like, a Grey's Anatomy, you think of that as, like, melodrama and things like that. Okay, K-drama is a whole, like, it's completely, like, that times, like, 100 of out
It's
there.
almost like watching live action, like, anime or something, where it's, like, sometimes so over the top.
Totally.
And, like, different vibes are happening. And
then
like,
I'm also on my couch sobbing, which is also in line with anime.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It can take you, like, laughing to crying, like, so fast.
It's so fast. So some of the stuff that I've been watching, is more like the drama based, which is usually like romance. So like we said, it can be it's so much full of tropes. So if you're watching a K-drama, if all of a sudden it's raining, period, there's always a rain scene, and it is going to be a scene where the love interest, one person comes with an umbrella, and they will kiss under umbrella. That happens. That will happen in every single drama. I've seen it in all the ones I've watched so far. I've watched The Business Proposal. I
heard The Business Proposal is kind of iconic.
It's so good. Again, it's
like, I've seen it referenced a few times, and like they're like, I saw something the other day where it was like, name a role where you can never not see this person in the role, and it was one of the girls from Business Proposal.
It was it's very classic office romance type thing. And then King the Land, which I just think is a weird translation, because I would be like King of the Land. Anyway, it's also a work romance. I'm a sucker for work romances, like, clearly. The Business Proposal ones too is kind of fun, because there's like a bit of a trope too or not necessarily a trope, but the whole concept is that the main character's friend always gets sets up on blind dates because she's like rich or whatever. Anyway, but she doesn't want to go on these blind dates. She just wants to find love her own way. So she sends her friend to, like, be really like outrageous and like perform, and so she'll give her money. Anyway, so that's how she meets the person she falls in love with eventually, pretending to be this outrageous character. And he's like, yeah, I like that. And she's like, and then she has to continue pretending to be this. It's like the fake boyfriend trope. There it is.
Okay,
yeah, girl. That. Yeah, and then obviously they fall
I love
in love
a fake date.
Yeah. And yeah, King the Land was the other one I watched. It was he's like the hotel CEO and she's an employee there. Yeah.
Okay.
It writes itself.
HR.
And this one also yeah.
We're gonna need HR on that one for sure.
And the main Gaia character is from 2 p.m. So.
Oh right, yeah.
And I believe
listen to my heart beat for you.
My heart beat to and I think she is also from a lady group. I would have to double check that. And then the other one that was wasn't main focus was not romance, but Vincenzo.
Yeah, I mean the Vincenzo
like
I
that
think
one.
is like in the realm of K-dramas, like the mainstream one. Like that's the one
Mm.
that a lot of people seem to watch and like know about, at least like the people that I know. And they all say it's like really, really good.
It's fun. It's fun, and I think yeah, it's an interesting one because he grows up in Italy, so he's not like he's Korean, but he grew up in Italy. He has to go back to Korea to do whatever,
Hmm.
and it's him like coming back to this world, but like he's like a part of the Italian mafia too. So anyway,
Oh,
without saying
whoa.
too much, whoa. And there is like a subplot of romance, but it's not like the main point.
Mm.
It's I know you haven't seen most of this, so I don't want to say
It's
too
on my list. I
much.
really want to because I want to see Vincenzo because a lot of like close friends have watched it and talk about it and like
It's great. Mhm.
I need to see it eventually. It was gonna be the first one that I watched, but then that didn't.
Yeah, and well, yeah, there's so many too. Like and on Netflix,
Yeah, there's just so much to choose from.
yeah, like Netflix specifically too. It has a lot that Netflix produces as well. And then the other one I watched was My Demon. I loved it. I absolutely. It's more of like a fantasy based one, but it was also
Okay.
the trope for this one is they fell in love in a former life and then they found each other in modern day.
Ooh, soulmates.
But there's other aspect to it.
That's classic.
Yeah, and I was
That's good shit.
sobbing at the end. I literally woke up the next day and I had like anime or like webtoons have like your eyes are like two puffy sacks together. You know what I mean? Like that. That was me.
Yeah.
I was like so puffy the next day on my eyes because that's how hard I cried. But yeah, so those kind of fun tropes, the lot that you see in like anime, like you say, like Sunder character, like that whole like, oh, they hate you at first when obviously they fall in love with you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Why I'm an absolute sucker for anything like that. I think you also.
Yeah, I don't really know where it comes from, but like for me it's like a lot of similar tropes in fan fiction and I grew up reading a tons of fan fiction. I still read fan fiction to this day. But a lot of it is like, former life or friends to lovers, enemies to lovers.
Like fake boyfriend girlfriend.
Sunder, fake dating one is like peak.
Yeah. And again, it's like the tropes fall through all of it. Like again, it's the fake dating. Oh, there's only one bed, or like
Yeah, the only one
like,
bed.
only
Classic.
one bed, which kind of happened in one of these ones too. And the other trope that you'll see all the time in a K drama is a classic falling scene, and it's like
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's like the meme thing that everyone does, where they like
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
something or trip, and then you help them up.
yeah, it's
And it's like a beautiful like eye contact moment.
there's always one of those. Like sometimes I've seen in certain cases where they do it like kind of satirically and it's funny, like which
Yeah.
is I always love that. But yeah, it's always someone falling, they catch them dramatically in very slow motion, and then their eyes are staring, their faces are so close to each other. Or one of the ones I was watched where like they fell on top of each other, their lips brushed, and they were like, "Oh my
Oh
god!"
my god.
Yeah, so that
Spicy.
whole thing. Yeah, and I thought and for the rain scene in My Demon, I thought they did it cleverly as well, but I'll just leave it. I won't go too much. Oh, and also in Vincenzo, they also had a 2 p.m. member in Vincenzo as well.
Nice.
So, I know, JYP is getting out there with all the... Or I don't think 2 p.m. is JYP anymore, or is that GOT7? Can't recall.
GOT7 is the one that left JY.
Okay, so 2 p.m. is probably still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see idols all the time. Like I said, specifically it was just random. I didn't even know King the Land had a member from 2 p.m. until I was done completely. I was like, oh, I'll look these people up. And I was like, that is wild that 2 idols from that group are like huge like Netflix K-dramas. The other funny thing you'll notice in K-dramas that is like so wild compared to North American is product placement is insane. So in North American shows, I find they're quite more subtle. Maybe it's just the laws in North America versus Korea, but like, I don't know. I find like in a North American show, it'll just be like someone has like a Coke can and they're just drinking it. But in K-dramas, they'll be like they'll be drinking, like say it's Coke, and they go, oh, that tastes so good. And it's like, okay.
I love the taste of this Coke.
Pretty much. It's so much like that. And there's the same brands like over and over again. Like there is this like coffee chocolate. I forget what it's called. Every single time. I can see when I see it on screen, I know exactly they're gonna be the character's gonna say something like, "Oh, I feel so re-energized." Like every time. It is so funny to me how blatant their product placement is, and like how, again, it's like a full scene and like you just know it's gonna happen, so you kind of just embrace it. So, and the other thing that's kind of funny in K-dramas I find is like the kissing is so weird. Like the kissing isn't like full on kissing. Well, sometimes depending on the K-drama, but like most times like their mouths just like touch and like that's it. And I'm like, what is happening? Like you're like waiting for this epic first kiss and it's just like your lips grazing each other, like no one's moving, and I'm like, what is happening? Is this just like how it is? But like what I also love about our like anime K-drama fan fiction plot lines is that they build up. They like were like, we're gonna like not kiss for like 45 episodes or whatever.
A slow burn.
Slow burn. But like in North American shows, like they'd be like like no clothes on within 2 episodes, and you go,
that's always like
boring.
the meme that I see for K-dramas. Like you watch K-drama for so long, and then you watch like an American show, and you're like, oh, this is nasty. Like, what am I watching? Where's the story? Where's the anticipation?
Or yeah, like there's like I've seen a meme like that too, where it's like, oh my god, like I the characters hold hands and I'm freaking out, but versus like in North America, you're like, oh, they're like already making out. Boring.
Pass.
That's what I'm loving about it. It's like tapping into that absolute fan fiction side of everything.
Yeah.
Because we love our fantasy. We love living in a world that doesn't exist.
Yeah. More fuel for
all the fire.
daydreaming.
And speaking of idols in shows, okay, so we in our journey in ATs, we realized that they were not all of them, but my 3 or 4 members were in a K-drama. We're like, well, gonna need to watch it.
So originally I thought it was just Yuno. I didn't actually really realize that the other people were in it like as much. I guess I thought there may be like a little cameo or whatever, but like I didn't realize that the other members that are in the show were like in the show.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
They have like lines and plot. Like
well, I saw like Yuno is the biggest
yeah, I mean he has the most
role in it. But I also thought that too. So all the members that are in it that we've seen, okay, so we're both watching it at the same time so that we can, this will be like your first like,
did we say what it was called?
Imitation.
I don't know. We're watching Imitation. I don't know if we said that, but it's called Imitation.
It's obviously Imitation. Yeah, you didn't say it. Oh, right. Yeah, I think it came out like early Ateez days too. And this is what I wanted to know. Like, do like labels have like deals with like production companies? Because that seems nuts to me that they had 4 of the 5 or 5 out of the 8 members on the show, and that just didn't affect anything with their schedule. Like, it's just blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know what year it came out. Maybe if it's like early enough in debuting, you're not quite as busy as you would be when you like really pop off, or maybe it was like a COVID thing if it came out during that time.
No, it was so much earlier on. Oh, no, maybe you're right. It says first episode aired 2021.
Oh, so maybe it was like a COVID thing then.
Maybe
People
was COVID.
had time on their hands.
True. For some reason, I thought it was so much earlier on.
I thought it was like 2017 or something, but no.
Yeah. No, you're right. It was, so it released May 7th, 2021, and went till July 23rd, 2021. And it was created by Kakao Entertainment and KBS Drama Production. So there we go. And 12 episodes. Oh, and the other thing with K-dramas that kind of, from a North American perspective, I love but also hate. They're hour-long episodes minimum.
Yeah.
That is a tough thing to get into, depending. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's why it takes me so long. So I haven't really watched anything yet, and like I'm basically just started watching Imitation because the 80s connection, and like I've been wanting to watch K-dramas, but it's just so much to sit down and watch.
Especially, again, we don't speak Korean, so we have to, like, watch it. Because I
Yeah.
need to, sometimes, you watch a show, you can listen, do something else while you're...
Yeah.
But this, we need to be watching this and watching all the subtitles. The same thing with anime. Although you can blast through an anime, like, you still need to be watching.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tough, but it's so worth it. We thought, like, yeah, let's watch one together so we can talk about it. And so this will be kind of, is this your, like, truly your first one you're ever watching?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a K-drama before. Like
Ah.
I'm trying to think if like maybe I saw like a pizza one or something, but I don't think so.
Okay, so this, how exciting. Fresh, live, it's your first experience. You're going to be watching a show beginning to end. And how special for you that it's with a lot of members from ATEEZ.
So I'll be like full disclosure. I wanted to watch Goblin. That's the first one I wanted to
know.
watch because I really love, I think his name is Gong Yu. He's like so Oppa status that I wanted to watch that so bad, but it wasn't on any of the things that I can watch it on, so
I mean,
I had to go with my second choice.
well, I think it's a great first choice for you as well.
I mean, I think like it makes the most sense, especially like with getting into K-pop and stuff like that. It is like literally a good transition. The show is about K-pop idol groups, like pre-debut, during debut, and there's like a lot of drama there with like different kinds of rules that exist in real K-pop, like no dating and no cell phones and stuff like that. So it's like almost like a representation of, I guess, K-pop, but like with a little little spicy
Yeah.
drama mixed in.
Yeah, like I would say, yeah, this is supposed to be, again, we've only watched the first episode.
I mean, I watched two.
Okay. I was trying to, give an allure to the audience here that we're on the same page, but fine. You've watched two, I've watched one. But basically, yeah, it seems to be about a group debuting, but then there's this mystery of idols just dropping out, not knowing where
Yeah,
they
I
went.
guess we could say like spoilers for Imitation. If you want to
Yeah,
watch Imitation and you haven't watched it, don't listen to this part. But like, I think we can just
Fair.
speak freely. Spoilers for.
I mean, it's also, this is the first episode that we're going to talk about only. Yeah, I wouldn't think there's that many spoilers in the first episode. But maybe.
I mean, it's sort of a spoiler that like, so it's about like it starts off being about this one group called Shax that has 6 members, and one of them goes missing right before a show starts, and it's intercut with like a girl 3-person girl group that's like preparing to debut, I guess. And I guess it's a similar thing where one member, I mean, they say that she gets kicked out or whatever because for whatever reason, I can't remember why she gets kicked out. But there's a lot of hinting in the beginning of her on a bridge crying, and it shows even those suicide bridge signs that's like your life is good, and like there's heavy implications there. And basically as you watch the first episode, you come to know that she jumped off the bridge and killed herself.
Or does she? We don't know.
Well, I guess we don't know for sure, but they said we pulled the body out of the river.
But the way we get some, like, motifs of, like, some shady CEO stuff going on at this company.
Yeah, like high pressure, like there's a lot of like things going on there. She passes out or whatever because she's not taking care of herself.
Yeah, and I think she also, like, challenges the company, and then all of a sudden she's dead.
Yeah, she's
okay.
cooked.
All right.
And then you don't really know what happened to the guy from Shaq's group, but
Right.
I mean, my assumption is that was his girlfriend, and he went either with her or went looking for her, or he knew she jumped.
Yeah, you're very new to this K-drama. My theory is that the company is killing them.
Oh my god, that would be such a twist. That's like suddenly turns dystopian.
Absolutely, that's my theory, that the company is saying you're too much trouble, so we're gonna just like kill you, make it look like a suicide. That's my theory.
I guess, but it shows her crying on the bridge alone, so I just assume that. I mean, to me, so I guess that's fair. Your theory.
She's crying.
My theory is just that it's like
about
overwhelming pressures of this industry.
I mean, that would be more of a logical, true story. But
I mean, I'm here for a twist. If that's what happens, I will be like, this is crazy.
Clocking it here. I've only seen one episode, so that's my theory.
But anyway, through the main girl in the show then gets pulled in to replace the girl from the 3-person girl group.
Who does?
She gets pulled in to join that group, and then they're supposed to debut, but that's the day that they find the body in the river of the other girl, and it's like bad press everywhere, so their whole debut gets canceled, and like it's kind of like the last chance for the three of them. Like the other two girls say that they've been, training for a long time or whatever. So it's like in their minds they're sort of like last chance and it's like taken away from them. But then yeah, it continues on with, I guess she goes on her own path. She does sort of like some solos, like not solo stuff, but like she does like little performances by herself and stuff, and she does like a little bit of acting. And
Yeah, so
I found the pacing to be very weird.
yeah.
Like it starts and it's very serious and this person's killing themselves, and debut they're crying whatever, and then when it was in the acting part, like she's like flopping around like kicking her feet, and like even the main guy from Shax is like practicing his sword fighting, and the sword goes flying into the river and he's like, oh no, like it's so silly all of a sudden. I was like, what is happening? Like someone just died. What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
Like I just found the pacing to be odd, and like, even though I know you didn't watch episode 2 yet, but I found it the same in episode 2. I was like, what is the pace? Like I don't understand the pace of this show.
Yeah, well, you'll see. That's clearly the romance arc that's happening. Is between.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say too much, but I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to want her to be with him or are we supposed to want her to be with I'm not really sure. I don't know, because there's another character, another K-pop solo woman artist in the second episode where I'm like, am I supposed to want the Shax guy to be with her, or am I supposed to want the Shax guy to be with the lead? I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So let's so the main character we're talking about is Lee Maha. So just
that's the main girl.
The main
Maha.
She's so tiny too. Like at first I was like, is she supposed to be like 16? I'm like, no, but at the time of shooting this, she was like 22, and I was like,
yeah.
She literally looked like a child. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, so she starts off at this one company and she's been training forever, and a lot of people like her there, and
she has like a lot of friends, and I think the character is like her friend from like real life also. I think they might have went to school together.
I just think there's maybe but they're supposed to be obviously like
but they're like besties,
and like there's chemistry there. Like you're supposed to, at least in my opinion, believe at least he likes her. Whether she likes him, we don't know. And then also let's talk about this where we're in this freaking scene with San,
Seonghwa,
and
it's just the three of them.
Just the three of them?
Yeah. But I was like that happened, and I was like, oh my god, that's San and Seonghwa in the background. And I like rewinded it again. I was like, I watched it like 3 times. I was like, that is them. And then like 5 minutes later, they had lines, and I was like, oh, they're just in the show. Like I thought they were just supposed to be like filler in the background.
I died.
And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh no, they're full characters. And then I was also kind of looking up like the other characters to see if there were other idols in there, and as I was looking that up, I could see that they're in a group in the show together. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna be in the whole show.
Yeah, I
was like, what the hell? I thought this. I was like, oh, cool cameo. I'm like, oh no, they're fully in the show.
I was dying laughing too when they were like acting together. Like
I know, I thought San was so cute. His acting was like so like I was like laughing at his acting.
I know.
I thought he was like so cute.
And even Seonghwa too. I was like, this is like, it's so funny to me because I'm like, you're not like, that's not who you are. Like,
so there's like a line that he delivers in the second episode. I was like, whoa, easy, you're acting, relax.
That's so funny. I can't wait for that.
And then we should also say that Jungho is in it as well. He's in the Shax group.
Yes,
they called him, they're doing like a practice scene, and the CEO guys calls him powerful and cute but scary Maknae. And I was like, that's literally him.
Yes!
That's actually him.
I was freaking out, yeah, because I was watching that. I was like, oh, that's just Jungho. That's who he's playing himself.
Yeah, like he's playing himself. And then even when he does talk like throughout, he's like so kind of like silly and like annoying, and I was like, he's literally just playing himself.
He's playing himself. I know. I thought the same thing. Because at first, he doesn't really talk as much. I was like, oh, maybe they're just like he's just literally in the show.
Yeah, I thought background
the
again.
Vocal,
like...
but then he starts like being really funny. I was like, oh my god, this is just him. It was so great to see that. But yes, he's in the actual Shax group, so he's actually a debuted group. Seonghwa, they're not debuted yet, but I'm assuming they all get chosen in the group. Don't say anything, but let's be real. And the other guy in the Shax group, the main guy, I guess, I don't know if he's the leader, but Kwan Ryuk.
Yeah, Ryuk.
Ryuk. So he's the main guy from Shaq's group, and he's also like a big actor. So
He was in a K-pop groups before I saw. He's from a group called U-Kiss and a group called UNB.
like in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's also an idol. Okay.
And then there's two people from a group called SF9. The guy that goes missing, Enjo, or whatever, he's from SF9. And then there's a guy in Shax as well. I wrote his name, Lee Hyun, but I don't remember what character that is, but he's from SF9 as well. And then the other guy in Shax, there's one guy in Shax is just an actor, straight up, nothing.
Okay.
The leader character, I don't know. And then the fifth guy is from a duo called JXR.
Okay, so they
there's a lot of them, and the girls,
idols.
the two girls in the 3-person group, like the lady the lady that plays Maha is just an actress, but the other two are K-pop idols also.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was like, literally, they're everywhere. And like, I mean, I know obviously implication that the ATEEZ people are in our group. There's a fourth guy in the group, also from a different K-pop group.
Oh my gosh,
I was
so
like,
funny.
what the heck is happening? There's so much K-pop in this.
That's so good.
And then I stopped looking because I was like, I don't want to see spoilers, but I can only assume that as they're showing like music shows in the show, there's probably going to be like cameos, right?
Yeah, you'd have to.
Like, how else would you fill those scenes?
True. I'm excited because like you said, it's a perfect kind of fit for what we're doing right now, because it's about idols, and like you just listed off, there's so many actual idols
so many
in the show. That's bonkers. I didn't realize there was that many. I'm obviously dying watching this because is like a love character in this, and I'm like, I can't watch this and be okay.
He's honestly so sweet in the show, though.
I know. I'm dying. I heard he was like a bad guy, so I don't know if he turns.
Oh, I like have literally not heard anything about this. That's why I was so shocked about the suicide thing. I was like, huh? What's happening?
Yeah, that like you said, that it's just like fun, like, oh, how he threw his sword in the lake. Like, okay. But someone just died.
I will say, like, one funny thing I saw is that I don't remember if it's a lot in episode 1, but he definitely says it at least once. He calls her Bapse. Like the main guy from Shax calls Maha's character Bapse because she's like copying another idol, and that means try hard. And I only know that because of Silver Spoon.
Okay.
But he says it a lot, like throughout the 2 episodes I've seen. He keeps calling her that, and like every time he says it, I'm like, oh my god, stop.
Yeah,
you're conjuring other images to my mind. But I was like, well, that's a word that I know, and I can hear it. I can pick that word up.
Okay, that's so funny because I thought I clocked that word too, but I was like, that can't be it. That's like Silver Spoon. Like, so I couldn't remember what the word meant in the actual song, but I was like, but that makes sense because so when the group dissolves because of the drama, quote unquote, death of the member, she is trying to do like little shows where she mimics this other idol, who, as you said, the Kwan Ryuk character is supposed to, like, I think you're supposed to believe that they're gonna be. I don't think so though. If I'm clocking this K-drama, it's gonna be like a bit of a Sunder thing where he's like intrigued with her, but he doesn't like want to admit that he actually likes her because she's a Bapse or whatever, and then they fall in love, and then maybe that's when turns and to be evil.
Yeah, I mean, I was not thinking of him being evil at all, so that throws a whole other wrench into the plot, but
I'm saying, like you said, in 1 hour is like 4 episodes in North American terms. Like, it's insane. Yeah. The amount you can get through. And this is 12 episodes. Normally, that's the other thing with K-dramas, it's usually 16 episodes, so it's interesting that this one's only 12.
Well, I think, like, I feel like you can kind of tell that maybe it's not as higher quality as some of the other ones. Like, some of the like there's an awards show scene, and you can clearly see that there's only like 2 tables. Like, there's a table of Shax, and then there's like maybe one other table in the background, and the girl is on stage alone, and there's nothing beside the stage. Like, I feel like there's some parts where like maybe you could kind of tell that it's like not as like maybe not as big of a company put this one together. Like, I mean, they're not all gonna be like,
well, the ones we talk
top
about,
quality,
are like Netflix ones.
Like, they're all gonna be Vincenzo.
Yeah, those are all Netflix produced, right? So Netflix is like...
And like you were saying with the product placement, I was thinking like, I don't think I've seen that in this.
That's true.
So like I haven't experienced that part of it yet, because I was like, I don't see that in this one.
You're right. I don't think I clearly have seen. The only other ones that they do often too is like water bottles. So I don't, maybe, but water bottle, again, they'll drink it. They'll drink the whole water bottle and go, oh, that's so refreshing.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the production company. It's obviously not Netflix, but they don't seem to have, too much.
At the same time, though, like, they have so many K-pop stars in
Well,
it.
that's what I was
Like,
gonna
I can't
say.
imagine that that's, like, cheap.
Their budget, that's probably where
Probably,
the budget
yeah.
went to, is maybe staff. Again, I'd be so curious to know if there's some kind of connection between, so the production company's name is Hidden Sequence, so maybe they have some connection with an idol. But also, as we know, KQ is is ATEEZ, and they only pretty much have ATEEZ. Like, there's some other,
so maybe it's not
but
that
not a
expensive.
lot. So, like, clearly they had multiple different, it wasn't just one agency they went to get all these idols.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, I don't
Interesting.
even know what, like, SF9 and all these other ones are. I don't even know where they're from.
So yeah, all their budget just to the idols, probably.
Maybe, to keep it authentic.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. If anyone's gonna have a live experience, it's them. And then they could actually perform all of the stuff on stage and make it
Yeah,
look
well,
good.
that's
like,
the other thing I was gonna say. In one of a dance practice scene at some point, an AT song, like they were practicing to an AT song.
Were they?
Yeah, I think
That's
it was Wave, I want to say. I looked it up
Okay.
after because I was like, I know that's an AT song. So I was like,
That's
maybe
so
it's
good.
like a package deal. Get the idol and the music.
True. True, and they can like cross promote. Yeah, I'm sure it's all in the contracts of some kind.
Yeah.
It's fascinating though how many there are, but yeah, I'm excited for you to experience this full blast of K-drama because like you said, like you're thinking small on the plot already, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's just like whatever.
Yeah, I guarantee you now that we're talking about, because I didn't see much clips of the Yuno, but I just remember seeing like, oh, like Yuno plays the bad guy, but in real life he's so nice or whatever. Like, so there was a contrast between who he actually is and the character. So I'm like, from that and from what you're saying, your vibes, I'm like, oh yeah, she's gonna fall in love with the main guy, Ryuk. He's gonna get sad about it and gonna become really angry and become kind of an asshole. And I bet their Shaq's group and that whatever group they come are gonna be like head to head for whatever. And then the company gets found out for killing people, and maybe he's involved. In
And then all of a sudden, this other plot line.
Yeah, there's so many plot lines for sure that always will intertwine. That's a bit of the K-drama experience that we've gone over.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. We'll give little updates throughout.
I think, yeah, maybe we'll hopefully do some like bonuses in the future, maybe just some full episodes when we're finished a show that we're both watching. So we talk plot, talk about whatever
shop.
happened.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you to go down this journey with me. It's a wild ride, but it's worth it. Well, I think that about wraps up the episode about K-dramas for now. The intro to K-drama 101.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you next week about another fun topic. I think we're going to use a solo soon.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, bye.
Bye.